What's up, everyone? Coach Dorson here inside my house. Just walked in from being outside. I promise I'm not a weirdo who just wears a beanie and my hoodie just walking around inside. It's not that cold in here. So I really wanted to create this video just to go over our neck strengthening series. So with this, we have 5 different movements. All of them are going to take place on our back with our knees bent about 90 degrees. I've got my stopwatch right here. Each one of these should be about 30 seconds, working up to a minute with each movement. So again, we're trying to get to that minute for each exercise by the end of performing like all of this as we get stronger. So the very first one we're going to do is just going to be a chin tuck. So with all of these, our setup is going to be down on our back. Again, I want our knees about 90 degrees. That might be a little closer than that. That's okay. But again, I do want our knees to be bent. Then I want you to think about tightening up your core. So what I mean by that is I want you to think about kind of pushing your belly button down towards the ground, trying to get our low back flat with the ground. So I got my core nice and tight. Then with our arms, I do want you to think about having them flat on the ground, palms facing up, and I want you to think about slightly reaching our fingertips down towards our toes. So you can kind of see I'm relaxed right now, then tighten up my core, reaching my fingertips, and the very first one is going to be a chin tuck. So coming up, I'm starting my timer, and then really trying to get that chin locked in with our chest. And then we're just holding with that. So again, trying to go 30 seconds to a whole minute here. Obviously, if you're stronger with this, you'll be able to go a lot longer, but at least trying to get that 30-second mark to start out with. The next one we're going to do is going to be a chin tuck to a hover back and forth. So what I mean by that, we're setting up the same exact way, palms or fingertips reaching down towards our toes, core nice and tight. Then I'm starting by tucking my chin, but only lifting my head off the ground about an inch, maybe not even that. So this should be a real slight lift. Those of you with kind of poofier, curly hair, something like that, you might feel your hair on the ground, but you should not have your head resting. Then I'm going to start my timer, and it should take me about 5 seconds to get all the way up to my chest. So here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then back down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. So with that, we're trying to go up and down. You'll notice it took me 5 seconds to get up, 5 seconds to get down, so that's 10 seconds. So you should at least be able to do 3 of those and then trying to increase from there. But really try to control that motion the whole time. Don't think about speeding up. And then remember, when we come down, our head's not touching. It's just hovering right above the ground and then going back up. The last one in this little series is going to be a lateral flexion. So what I mean by that, and I'll try to get a little bit better view, so you can just kind of see my head setting up the same exact way. So core nice and tight, reaching our fingertips. I'm going to start with my left ear on my left shoulder, but again, I should be hovering right above the ground. So left ear and left shoulder, and then it should take me 5 seconds to get to my right side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now my right ear is on my right shoulder, going back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, going 30 seconds to a minute with that one. Now, with that, even though I am not in a full chin tuck, I should still think about trying to dip my chin down and keep the muscles right through the neck nice and tensed up the whole entire time. So now for these next 2 movements, so we've done 3 of them, for these next 2, I want you to either grab your sock, your shoe, something like that. If you can grab your ankles completely, that's awesome. But what we're trying to do is put that high trap or our upper trap on a stretch. So for me, the ankle's a little tough, so I'm going to grab my shoe here. So now I'm actually thinking about kind of driving my feet away. My arms are getting put on a stretch, but then I do still want to think about tightening up that core. And then with this, all we're doing is tucking our chin, but these are going to be hovers. So I'm right above the ground, keeping that chin tucked down, not lifting, keeping hovering. And then with that, again, 30 seconds to a minute. Obviously, since I'm kind of on a stretch there, I kind of have to find a different way to start my timer. Again, plenty of people have phones, timers. Tell Siri to set a timer for however long you're trying to go for. Again, remember, at least 30 seconds, but trying to work our way up to a full minute. And then the last one we're going to do in here is going to be, again, stretching our traps, core nice and set, and we're going to go with the lateral flexion again. So I'm going to start with my right ear on my right shoulder, keeping our chin tucked still, but we're hovering right above the ground. Telling Siri to start our timer, and then going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 30 seconds to a minute with that. Again, really trying to think of 5 seconds going to one side, 5 seconds coming back from the other. So that's our next series. Hope everyone's doing well. Have a good one.